Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Happy Independence Day. We, the Ambazonians, pledge our loyalty. Fellow Ambazonians, fellow good citizens, today na October 1, finally, the Independence Day, the National Day of Ambazonia. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore, the independence of Ambazonia. You are all welcome to this special edition of our podcast on our National Day and the independence of Ambazonia. My name is Capo Daniel. I am the Deputy Defense Chief of the ADF and the spokesman of the Ambazonian Governing Council, aka Sense Past King, una own countryman. Una welcome for this special edition for our National Day and Independence Day of Ambazonia. Fellow good citizens of Ambazonia, it go fine make we start today for look back from where we have come from far away, right in 1884, where the Ambaz Bay, our territory, was first formed. Ambazonia was not recognized then, as it is not yet recognized officially today. In 1884, the Ambaz Bay colony, with capital Ibibina for Victoria, Ibibi founded by a Baptist missionary called Afretseka. Afretseka, it became with Bible for a hand like many colonialists, and it be established itself for inside Victoria, where it be been at the capital, the first capital of Ambazonia, the Ambaz Bay colony, as it be called then by Afretseka for 1884. For the next 3 years, Afretseka, it became go for inside the territory, they teach English, a new and foreign language, to the indigenous people of the Ambaz Bay. It be the enter for hinterland until 3 years where the Germans them, they be run campus can hoist flag for inside the Ambazonian territory, sign treaty them for transform the Ambaz Bay colony into a German territory. The German it be established a protectorate for 1984, and it be put the capital for inside Boya. They then link the Douala region and many other regions for La République du Cameroon for form the German Cameroon. The German army it be marched inside the hinterlands, conquering one village after another from the Atlantic state to the Savannah state, having strong resistance by the Bakweres, including the palace of Mancon, Bafut, and many other. They brought with them forced labor, where we carry our parents them by force go upon the CDC plantation as we know them today. Ambazonian then continue to resist German occupation and German colonialism, as the German colony it no be seek for establish itself with an assimilation policy, but it be been just pure exploitation. The people for the German Cameroon, they no be ever embrace the German identity, even though the country be get a flag, they no be learn the German government, it no be open school them for teach the German language, and the identity of the German Cameroon, it be weak, and the nationalism, it be resisted up to the last time where the British army with the Nigerian army and the Indian army them, they become for inside Nigeria for help Ambazonia for free itself from the German occupation or German colonization. As part of the First World War and the Allied forces, both the British government, the French government, and the Belgian government then joined their forces together for defeat the German Cameroon, and Ambazonia ABB freed at last for remain as the British Southern Cameroon territory. Following the Treaty of Versailles, where the German be surrendered their sovereignty, the captured territory by the British government became the British Cameroon and was recognized for the first time as a separate territory on its own under the League of Nations mandate for 1922. Later on, the League of Nations will be transformed into the United Nations and the status of our territory will be transformed to the Trust Territory of the United Nations in 1946. The British government will be decided for administer Ambazonia together with Nigeria and attach we with Nigeria and rule we through Nigerian constitution. The passport and the identity of the British Southern Cameroon became that of Nigeria, and the constitution that applied in our territory was the British Order in Council of 26 June 1923 together with Nigeria. The Ambazonian territory was designated as a distinct territory under the Nigerian state or the Nigerian Federation. The United Nations Trustees Agreement, a guarantee for Article 76, say Southern Cameroon in need for be developed into a political, economic, social and educational advancement in a stage where they will give we self-governance or independence. Today, Ambazonia neither get self-governance or independence, but for 1954 will be attain self-governance after we be declared benevolent neutrality and withdraw from Nigeria under the leadership of Ndele. That it triggered the decolonization process under the United Nations auspices. Unfortunately, we can end back in a situation we will be under recolonization in the hands of French Cameroon. The Cameroon state, where it be the campaign, say make we join Cameroon as two-state federation, it be reject two-state federation in the United Nations General Assembly vote when they be vote the Article 1608. And since then, Cameroon, it then use the means of force, intimidation for annex and recolonize Ambazonia and claim it to be part of its territory, at the same time treating it as a colonized territory where the liberties and guarantees of their constitutions do not apply and are not provided. The Cameroon government abandoned the international instrument for unite with Ambazonia, but play political gamble and driveling in the Fumban conference, which was adjourned, never to be reconvened, as a blindfold to drag Ambazonia as a recolonized territory inside La République du Cameroon. The Ambazonia, which was divided into 6 districts, Manfé, Kumba, Victoria, Bamenda, Wum, and Kambe, was now dissolved and dismantled into Northwest and Southwest by La République du Cameroon. In 1985, Fon Goji Dinka, who was a traditional ruler and also the president of the Cameroon Bar Association, invoked the restoration law in his book published The New Social Order, where he declared that Cameroon have officially seceded itself from a union it imposed on Ambazonia, and he renamed the colonial territory that used to be called Southern Cameroons into today's Ambazonia. The declaration of the restoration of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ambazonia led to political hivers within the Cameroons. And finally, in 14 of November 1984, the Parliament of Cameroon adopted a resolution calling for a national conference to address the Ambazonian question. In response, Paul Biya accuses the President of Parliament of leading a pro-Godidinka parliamentary revolt. President Paul Biya asked for the military tribunal to try the author for high treason with the death penalty. The court result of the Cameroon military tribunal was clear. Cameroon and Paul Biya must comply with the restoration law by withdrawing from Ambazonia. The date of the judgment is 3rd of February 1986. The author Godidinka was acquitted and released from detention. In 10 of October 1990, the Ambazonian Restoration Council made a proclamation formalizing the independence of Ambazonia. It designated the spearhead of the liberation struggle, Godidinka, as head of state of the Republic of Ambazonia. Unfortunately, the foundations that was laid was ignored by the newly awakening Ambazonian spirit of the SCNC, which also declared the independence of Ambazonia in 1999, and subsequently Siseko Ayoktabi reiterated the same declaration in the year 2018. The Ambazonian flag was adopted by the Southern Cameroon National Council in 1919 with the flag as we see it today. The flag was adopted. It has 9 horizontal stripes. We have to notice it has 9 stripes, blue and white stripes, and it has a dove and 13 gold stars. The blue color in the flag represents democracy. It recognizes the plurality of the people of Ambazonia and the rule of law. It means that we are always going to be plural. We are going to always be diverse. The white represents purity, transparency, and accountability. The dove in the star represent the principles of God and peace and tranquility. The green leaves carried by the dove is assurance of good news, of justice, truth, and the promise of peace and prosperity for Ambazonia. And the 13 stars represent the 13 states of Ambazonia. The color of gold in the 13 star represents the priceless value of the 13 states of Ambazonia. The flying of the dove represents visionary focus, hard work, liberty, and freedom. Ambazonia is the current name of our country. Southern Cameroon is the ancient name. It is the Western colonial name of our territory. It has been under occupation, and our people are currently resisting Cameroon occupation.
This becomes law. Resistance becomes a duty. The people of West Cameroon have a duty to resist your oppression. The instructions of the SDO of Ngokitunya: move into Jakiri, a neighboring village, and take away 100 men. Just beat them up, break their bones, and then just leave them there. And I went to that place where he took these people, and I told him, Mr. SDO, you are going to release my people. He sent soldiers to me, and one of them told me, I said, I am the representative of these people because I'm a parliamentarian. And the young man turned around and asked me, "Et puis quoi?" And he drew a line on the ground to tell me, if you cross here, you will see the consequences. Unfortunately for him, I happen to be a descendant of the warriors, so nobody draws a line before me. And I crossed, and I told him, shoot me. Finish our culture and our people. You have chosen that every single administrator or every commander of the army is from East Cameroon. That is why they sit there and they can kill the people without remorse. This has to end. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, I want to repeat this quote. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. We, the people of West Cameroon, will resist you, and if you want to take that territory by force, you will kill to the last man before you take it. And
Ambazonians, sons and daughters of the Ambazonian Revolution, it is not time to celebrate. This is war. It is not time to celebrate. They robbed you of your homeland. They took away your hope. They robbed you of the right to dream of a future in the country of your birth. They murdered your citizens. They transformed your brain to think like a Cameroonian, to worship their flag, to sing their anthem, to pray, hope, and dream like a Cameroonian. They took away the land of your birth. They demonized you. They robbed you of hope, of a dream of a future that is better than the one you inherited. They killed your parents, turned your fathers into boys, raped your mom, made your sisters to be ashamed, robbed them in more. They sent you into exile. You lost your neighborhood. They dispersed your friends. You became delinquent in a land that you did not understand. They took away something so essential to your own existence, that you live here with your body, but your spirit hovers without knowing where to land. They took away from us something so important that life became something we have rejected in this land. They took away from you a country that gave you hope, built the first democratic system where there was an electoral government change. They took away from you your economic system. They blockade your social system. They crumbled your economy so you could go into their own system to work for them. They made you drive through their own system so you could pay toll gate into their own system. They robbed you of your right to think, to hope, to have a future in the country of your birth. 243 years ago, the Americans told the British that their time of independence was now. They fought for 8 years, 4 months, and 15 days. They lost the Battle of Boston, but they won the war for the freedom of the United States. The South Africans face a nuclear power. They face a nuclear power country. Mandela said he is going to die for his people. He struggled in jail for 27 years because he didn't want to bequeath to the next generation something worse than he had inherited. He fought like a valiant soldier. The Eritreans humbled the Ethiopians, a more powerful Ethiopia supported by Libya and Russia. They fought in trenches, in gutter holes, on rooftop to be able to bequeath to the next generation something better. Your freedom is in your hands. It is going to be fought inch by inch, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, rooftop by rooftop.
Land of freedom, you shall live in plenty,
You shall live in plenty, meeting our need. Your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Happy Independence Day, everybody. Long live Ambazonia. Long live democracy, freedom, liberty in a free and independent Ambazonia. God bless you all.